What's going on, guys? One, love out to everybody. We got UFC 323, Dvalishvili versus Yan Part 2. Predictions breakdown here, guys, over there in Las Vegas. Pay-per-view card, stat card. I really love this card. A lot of good matchups on this card. Even when I'm just going through it and breaking it down, fights that I thought that wouldn't be as great, turns out to be good. Nearly the entire card is a good card. Like I said, I'm never going to judge a card by the cover though, right? 14 fights in this card. Before I get started though, guys, hit the thumbs up button, try to get me, it's been looking good lately, I mean, last week there wasn't no card, but, I'm saying, trying to get me up to like at least 25, 50 or so. If you kind of play with the algorithm a little bit, the more you like the videos, the more videos get out, right? And then I get more subscribers and, all that good stuff. But I appreciate all the love I've been getting lately though, but just try to get that thumbs up, at least 25 to 50. I really appreciate that. Check out my Patreon account, guys, for all my face-up prediction and prop plays. You can also donate also to my PayPal account. The links will be down below. And also check out Wayne Gitchie for more health and wellness. Try to get in shape, change your lifestyle. Check out Wayne Gitchie. And we're going to fly into this card here real quick. I'm not going to spend too long on it, even though it's a fantastic card, from my breakdowns. I really love this card. Like I said, I don't judge a card though. I like every card that's out there. I like it. You know what I'm saying? But obviously there's cards that are better than other cards. Just be honest. But the guys come here and make weight. They put the weight, they put the work in. You know what I'm saying? They put their health on the line. Your health is your wealth. So hats off to these guys that are in there. It's not easy to come in here and take a beating, and some win and some lose, but you can take a lot of damage in this sport, right? Let's flash this real quick here, guys. First fighter, we got Mohamed Naimov versus Marwan Santos. Naimov here, reading from my notes here, guys. Naimov will mix it up, kind of unorthodox striking, more of a taekwondo base. Love that spinning heel kick. Let me see here. We'll clinch up with you against the cage, kind of hold you in the cage there, kind of make some time pass by there. Uses his punches to serve the kicks. He loves that spinning heel kick. More of a sniper, more of a technician kind of dude. Like I said, have more of a taekwondo base. So he's kind of looking for that range, that opening. More want to be in the center, where he can deliver the strikes. So he needs it to look. You need the fight to look a little bit clean, because that is when he's more effective, right? He can just let off 1 or 2 strikes on you, which are effective and can knock you out, right, or hurt you in the foot. Let me see here. Head can be a little high at times, can get caught with punches. He does box, does throw punches like boxing at times, but he can be more of a kicker, but he does sprint in and throw some punches, but most of his punches is serve the kicks though. More sniper-like, more technician, like I said, and he's actually well-rounded. He will look for takedowns. And also, I believe we look for submissions too. I believe he has some submissions. I don't think he has a lot of submissions though, but he have a couple of submissions though. My boy Peter Yan. This gonna be a good fight, man. This whole card is a good card, bro. A lot of good matchups in this card. Man, Peter Yan against Merab. It's gonna be a tough one, man. I mean, if I was biased, But I mean, we're gonna wait until we get there, though. I'm not gonna give that breakdown yet. I'm kind of jumping the gun here. Naimov here, I believe may have 2 by submission. I believe. What is this? Come on, man. Verify you're a human. That's what they say. They say we're humans, man. So I don't know. Could be an alien. Yeah. Which is pretty much, it could be that too. Never know, man. Never know what we're dealing with here, guys. Could be anything, man. Page, you're looking for you. Boy, what is going on here, guys? What is going on? What's going on, man? What is this, huh? Oh, man. Give me a run around here, mate. It's giving me the run around, mate. Come on, man. Definitely going to edit this part out, guys, so you got to worry about that. Definitely going to edit this part out, so you won't be seeing me doing all this. Come on, man. What is this, man? Come on, bro. Always got something to it. Always something, man. Ain't it? So sure dog is down. Give me a second here, guys. Definitely gonna edit that part out. For sure. Man, why is it doing that? Why is it doing that, man? Wasn't doing that before. All right, man. All right, killing the vibes. All right, man. All right, guys. I got sure dog is not working too well. I'm not too sure what's up with that. So just gonna look here real quick. So he has some submissions here, man. I believe he has like that kick. He has like a rear naked choke. One. I think he has one submission actually. Yeah, I think he has one by submission. But he does wrestle though, and his wrestling is not bad. We'll get tired in the fight though. We'll slightly gas out, you know, after that first round. So but not really much. But he does tend to gas out though. But he will still keep the pace though. His opponent here is Santos. Let me see. Santos kind of have a Anderson Silva kind of vibe to him, but does get flat-footed at time. Decent striking. Like I said, remind me of Anderson Silva a little bit. But still got holes though. He's still hittable at times. His head is there to get hit. Can get taken down. But he's been working on his ground game and his ground defense. Can get flat-footed though. And with a guy like Naimov that moves around a lot, it's, you know, he's going to be touching him here and there and moving around. A guy that's planting his foot and sitting there is just right in range for Naimov to land his technique. Francis Marshall, big time robbery. Francis Marshall won that fight. And it's not even a split, dude. He won that by unanimous decision for Francis Marshall. So Santos lost to Francis Marshall in my eyes, dude. Not that experience. I feel Naimov is more the experienced guy. Like I said, with Santos can get flat-footed, and with Naimov he moves around well, he switches stance and everything like that. Actually, Naimov beat Nathaniel Wood. That's a good win, man. That's an amazing win for him, because Nathaniel Wood is like up there, dude. Like veteran, like experienced guy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I have Nathaniel Wood winning that fight all the way. So it was a massive, for me, it was a massive upset. I believe Naimov was plus 265 in that fight. Yeah, they had Wood winning that fight, bro. They had Wood all the way winning that. So that was a big upset. They had Wood at negative 340. You know, not massive, but it's a good amount, man. Once you're up there in the 300s and so, you know. I'm going to go with Naimov, guy. I must say Naimov by decision, but very low, 50%, 50%. Even for me, I feel that Naimov can beat Santos, and I feel that Santos can beat Naimov. So it's like an even fight, but I go more Naimov for the experience. You know what I mean? So I go Naimov by decision, very, very low. So it can go either way. All right, not too sure about this one. So Naimov by decision. Next fighter, we got Mansur Abdul-Malik versus Antonio Chukoli. Malik here, it's not a bad prospect. Pack power, athletic guy, aggressive, 100% finishing rate. Will look to wrestle, so he has a wrestling base on him. Does throw heavy. Can get hit in the foot though and dazed. Let me see here. Let me see here. I'll read my notes here, guys. There's okay, I see my notes here. They were supposed to fight. See, I always jot down things in my notes, man. That's what I was trying to figure out. They were supposed to fight back in February of this year, and then Chokoli, he withdrew, which kind of pissed off Malik. So Malik is probably coming to this fight. It's not good to come in the fight angry, but may have a little chip on his shoulder there. So, with Antonio here, Antonio, he will mix it up, you know. We'll look for the submissions. He's a guy that will actually come in there and let his hands go, man. You know, he doesn't hold back. He comes in there and swing and wild, and you know, we look to knock you out. Let me see here. But lately, he's been playing a lot of poker. I know that's off the subject, but that's what he's been doing. Been playing a lot of poker, and it looked like he's been winning. So I don't know if his mental state and his heart is in the fight, because he's just been playing poker and winning like 100,000s and stuff like that. So, but like I said, as a guy that will let his hands go, fades after the first round. He fades because he goes in there and just let it go. Like he tried to take your head off, man. So he's an aggressive dude in the first, and after first he fades, man. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Malik. I just feel Malik is just. I feel Malik is more hungry, and his heart and his mind is in the game. I mean, what I see Antonio doing, like I said, I check these guys' Instagram and check what they eat and how they're training, and what I see from Antonio is just all poker game playing, man, and that's it. He's just straight up poker. His whole thing is like poker. It looks like, when you look at his channel, it looks like he's just more a poker player, like a pro poker player, which is nothing wrong with that. You know, you do what you do, and whatever you're good at, that's what you do. So I'm not sure if his heart, his mental is in the fight, but I'm gonna go Malik. I said Malik by KO TKO, guys, in the second round. Again, we got Malik 8-0. You know, and anything can happen. Like I said, Antonio will come in here and let his hands go. So, but I see for Malik is aggressive, athletic guy. You know, pack power, wrestle, and everything like that. So again, anything can happen in this sport, man. We see 8-0 guys coming here and they lose, even though they're prospects. So and sometimes they lose against guys that they shouldn't lose against. So nothing guaranteed in the sport. But I go Malik KO TKO second round. Next fighter we got Abu Ashlan versus Iwo Baraniewski. I think I pronounced that right. Ashlan here, he was known to pretty much take your head off, like a heavy hand guy coming here and just knock you out, and usually finishes in his first round finishes a lot, right? So it's a guy that come in here and like blitz at you and then have punching power. But lately, after he lost to Ian, he got arm triangle choke after being knocked down. He just like doesn't want to pull the trigger. So that's telling me that his mental is shot. So there's something going on with the mental, because that can happen to a lot of the fighters, right? Sometimes they lose, or they get knocked down or knocked out and these things, and they just can't come back from that. And then they may need like a sports psychologist or something like that to help them with that, which a lot of the guys have a sports psychologist, right, that they work with to help them with the mental. So he may be struggling with something to pull the trigger. Like he's probably nervous to like let the hands go because he feel like he's gonna get caught and knocked out. You know what I'm saying? He just gets shy to let the punches go. You know, it happens. You know what I mean? So from what I see from him against Ian, he come against Billy Elcano. In that fight with Billy, he didn't do nothing. He was just holding back, never let his hands go, you know. But then Ashlan is a guy that you can touch him when he gets knocked down. You know what I'm saying? He can also get submitted, but you can knock him down and hurt him in the foot. And he's a guy that will gas out, and then he just doesn't look good after a while. He's got the 4-inch reach in this fight, but just based off his last 2 fights, dude, just doesn't look good, man. And his wins against Rafael and these guys is just not a good. It's not a good look, dude. Rafael been losing back to back, dude. 4 losses in a row, bro. And the punches, combination of punches, decision, rear naked choke. It's not a good look. So that's not. If you look at his record, it's not like he's like beating like tough dudes. And the guy with Anton is a guy that beat him the first time, which he got his revenge with a right overhand in the third round. And the rest of his record is nothing there. You know what I'm saying? So a guy like Iwo, who's making his debut from Contender Series, I like what I see from Iwo. And you know, like I said, a lot of times with the Contender Series, they don't usually put guys on so fast. So they really like Iwo a lot. You know what I mean? So with Iwo here, you know, big amateur, you know what I'm saying, 6-3 amateur record, which is great, you know, but not the best as far as the guys he fighting. But the guy, from what I see, has a judo background. We look for sweeps, throws, and wrestlers too, and wrestle also. And he actually throws a lot of heavy strikes. His boxing is not bad. I see him move his head off center line too. So it look like he bob and weave, and he works the boxing in the pocket. So this guy looks pretty good and has a nasty overhand. Right, so he throws heavy, he throws bomb, and he seems mentally on, dude. I mean, from what I see. So a guy like Ashland that's not mentally on, from what I can see, to train punches and, you know, train the techniques and all this thing is great, but if your mind ain't in it, there's gonna be problems, and it's hard to get. I'm not being negative now. It's can be difficult to get your mind in it, unless you're working with somebody that can help you with that. And even then, you know what I'm saying? Even then, may not even work. Because that's just the mental, dude. Mental control your physical. So if your mind ain't there, dude, the body ain't going to be there. And sometimes that's some dark thing. You got to go deep inside yourself to figure out why you're doing that. Or why you can't, you know, like you're holding back, you're not pulling the trigger, you know, on certain things. And it could be something from the past. You just never know, man. You know, it's just things that he's dealing with. I'm going with Iowa, dude, because he's gonna come to fight, and he's game, and his judo is good, his wrestling is good. You know what I see from Ashton, he can get taken down, you can catch him with overhands and hurt him. I gotta go with Iowa again. 6-0. I don't like picking guys like 6-0 and those things, because you look at Ashland, you know, he's like a good 14-3. You know, he has, you know, overall he has more experience. But then you look at Iowa. I was a big amateur. But again, you know, we always say 6-0 guys usually come in and drop the ball, especially from Contender Series. I mean, we see this all the time, you know. You know, the guy could be looking good in Contender Series, and on the other scene, you know, on the other scene, he looked good, you know, running through people, you know, and then all of a sudden he comes into the UFC and just possibly get knocked out. It happens all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with Iowa. I'm gonna say Iowa by KOTQ in the first round, guys, because what I see from Ashland, he ain't gonna pull the trigger, bro. And I just feel like he's not gonna pull the trigger, and there's just so much he can move around in that cage. And what I see from Iowa, he blitzed forward, dude. And this fight was in July 26. You know what I'm saying? So that's like what, couple months ago, which, you know what I mean, how much can he get his mental right? Mental is something that could take a while to get right, even if it even get right. So I'll go Iowa by KOTQ in the first round, guys. Let's get it, man. Next fight, we got Edson Barboza versus Jalin Turner. Jalin Turner is back from retirement. Edson here is going to have Edson has a reach advantage in this. That's interesting. Really? 4-inch of... I must have got this wrong. I think Jalin got a reach advantage. Hold on there for a second, guys. No, they're even. I don't have this 4-inch of... Nah, they're even on reach. Or is that the height? Okay, it's a height. Okay, hold on there, guys. Okay, Jalin Turner has that height advantage here. You got the 4-inch height for Jalin Turner. Reach is the same. Edson, we know, experienced dude, man, veteran. You know, I mean, we all know Edson Barboza, dude. You know what I'm saying? But I like Edson Barboza. I like his style. You know, the guy is a veteran. You know, he's a good fighter. He's a good martial artist. You know, it's like for martial artists, I rate him. You know what I'm saying? His skill. But I feel like what I've been seeing from his last fights, even the Leron Murphy and the Drakkar Klose, especially against Drakkar Klose, just doesn't look good, man. It looks like he's not. He looks like his timing is not there. Look at his reaction time has slowed down. He's taking a lot of hits. He's becoming a lot more hittable. And that speed is not there no more. So, and that's just me saying that as like, you know, out of respect. It's not like a disrespect or nothing. Like I said, all these martial arts and fighters, I just can give my opinion because I also done the sport. And not at the level of Edson Barboza, but I am a martial artist. So I do have the skill set and I can read and see, you know, a specific fighter if he's like taking too many hits or it's like he's fading. And just a bunch of other things I can read on a fighter, right? Or a martial artist. So I feel like he's like, yeah, man, I feel like he's like slowing down, dude. Like he's getting more hittable. He's not moving his feet as much. He's not... The kicks are not landing like it used to. You know, he's like more resorting to like more takedowns, more clinching against the cage. He's more resorting to more boxing now, but he's getting tagged up when he's boxing because the reaction time is slow. Head not coming off center line. Yeah, it just doesn't look good, man. Age a number, but at 39, doesn't look good, man. In January 21st, 40. Age a number though. But Jalin Turner has been out, but not for too long, and he has retired. But he come back and he say, you know, that he was dealing with some things, you know, like some relationship things, I believe it is. And I guess he's more into church now, into God, which is good. You know, whatever your God is, wherever you find your God, that keeps you steady and motivated and keep you off alcohol and whatever. Because he was, you know, just drinking, hanging out and all these things, which you can get caught up in that limelight, that fake illusion life. You know, if you're going to play the game, play it and get the hell out. That goes for anything you're doing. Collect what you got to collect and get what you got to get as far as your land, your house, whatever, and then just keep it on down low, man. But with Jalin Turner, though, he's skilled, though, man, you know. Can I remind me of a Thomas Hearns, if you guys know who that is, a boxer, Thomas Hearns back in the 80s. But he retired, like I said, and then he said he found himself again, and people were telling him, man, you're good at this. He was helping out. Who was he helping out? I forgot the name of the dude who was helping out. He was helping out another fighter there. I forgot his name, though. Who the hell was he helping out? Ian Garry. And I guess with Ian Garry, you know, you see that Ian Garry has his family, you know, he's doing it, his skill. And he probably was sparring with Ian Garry and then be like, yo, I can hang with Ian Garry. I feel good doing this. What the hell am I retiring for? People are telling him, so don't retire. So he kind of find the love for it again. And he say he love it. He say even if he loses this fight, he's not going to retire, right? But it is what it is. Jalin Turner is a skilled guy, though, man. The 1-2 down the pocket, moves well. This guy is good. He's good on stepping in and then connecting, bam, 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 and stepping back out. He's good on just a 1-2 on the pocket. His kicks are good. His combinations are good. His grappling is good. Yeah, this guy can take it anywhere, man. But reading this fight is just his mental, because he did retire. But even with his losses, you know, it was just like he took down Ignacio, and he was winning the fight. Got caught with triangle choke. Whether or not he was winning the fight, knocked him down, and then I guess he had to go in there and get the kill, so they kind of like wasn't going to stop it. So he kind of was winning the fight. Dan Hooker, that's kind of a robbery. With Gamrot, definitely robbery. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not like he's like losing like that. So the guy is skilled, man. And against Edson, if Jalin come in here and just fight how he fight these guys that he lose to, or the guys that he got robbed, dude, he's gonna first round. He should be able to get a win. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that is what I feel. I mean, Jalin is a sharper. His timing, his reaction time is better than Edson right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then, guys, Jalin is skilled, dude. I tell you, the guy reminds me of a Thomas Hearns, dude. So I'm gonna go with Jalin. I must say Jalin by first round, man. That 1-2 on the pocket, dude. And Edson don't see, what's it, the right, Edson don't see that, is it the right hand or the left hand? I think it's either the right hand or the left. He doesn't see it coming. I think it's the right hand, the straight right in the pocket. He doesn't see that, dude. And that's part of his reaction time. Because eventually after a while, you're going to keep getting caught with that same punch over and over again, and it's only going to get worse because his reaction time is gone. He's not able to pick up on that. And even if he's able to pick up on it, he's just not quick enough. The timing, the mind is not there to trigger for his body to react, to move his legs quick enough, or to take his head off center line, or even make a step back. It's like the reaction is just not there. You know what I'm saying? So are going to circular motion away from it. The mental is just not firing. You know what I'm saying? So the mental ain't firing, then the body ain't going to fire. He's going to be either getting hit with rights. So I like Jalin Turner by KO in the first round, guys. I still rate Edson, though. But I have to go with Jalin on this one, man. And Jalin trains a lot of skilled dudes. A lot of skilled guys, especially Ian. So... And Bisping back in the days too. He trained with a lot of guys. Cause a lot of guys use him because of his because remember he's huge for that 155 and he's rangy, dude. And like I said, he reminds me of a Thomas Hearn, dude. If you guys know who Thomas Hearn, if you don't know, go look it up. He's an old school boxer, and you will see how it reminds me of it because his hands are good, but then he's also kicks, but his hands and his speed and just his precision and his timing. You know what I'm saying? It's just on point. Next fighter, we got Marvin Vettori versus Bruno Ferro. Marvin, man, I don't know about this fight, man. Marvin is durable. He's never been finished. Experienced veteran guys, you know, fight a lot of tough guys, so, you know, you can't take nothing away from him. But he's never been finished, never been submitted, never been knocked out. You know, he doesn't really seem the same like he used to. Like, it seems like he's not mentally in it. But he's still durable, though. Against Bruno, though, Bruno is 100% finishing rate, explosive guy. He will submit you or knock you out. But, I don't know, man. I just feel like Bruno isn't... He's not... His last fight was Jackson McVeigh, dude. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys here, like Armin, I don't think Armin is even in the UFC no more. A lot of these guys here probably get cut. Yeah, you see, a lot of these guys get cut. And they're most definitely going to cut Jackson. Because Jackson lost second time in a row. By a submission. So, I just feel... I don't know, man. I feel it's a fight that Marvin can win. Even though Bruno is dangerous, Bruno has a puncher's chance. But Marvin has never been knocked out, though. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like he's not the experienced, and he brawls at times. You know what I mean? I just feel Marvin should get this. But again, Marvin will drop the ball, though. So it's an even fight. I say Marvin by decision, but I'm not confident, guys, because Bruno could win. And Bruno been looking good, but then he's looking good against guys who got cut from UFC and just not at that level. Especially Jackson McVeigh, which most likely they're going to cut him. So that's it. So I go Marvin by decision. Next fighter, we got Farès Ziam versus Nazim Sadikov. Ziam kickboxing, rangy dude. Ground game has been looking good. He's been working on it, tasted on defense, and also his wrestling. He just looked like he's been pushing a lot more ground. I feel like he's more improved. He has more growth, especially with the grappling, like I mentioned. Let me see here. I feel like he just keeps growing and getting better every single fight. 3 inch of height and a 6 inch of reach. This guy is massive over Nazim, dude. You know what I'm saying? Good win against Mike Davis. Crazy win against Matt Bavola with that knee to the head. That was, you know. Almost lost to Claudio. But he just looks... From Claudio fight to Matt Bavola and Mike, his ground game just looks like way, way better. Like it's... That is why I say he keeps growing, and he grows fast. Like steps ahead, man. It's not like just a little bit, like massive growth. Got submitted by Terrence, though. You know what I'm saying? So this is a fight. We look at this. Terrence, you know, he lost to Terrence, but with Nazim, I believe Nazim submitted Terrence. So Terrence submitted Ziam in the first. and Nazim submit turns in the second, dude. But we can't look at it like that, because we see this all the time, you know. Guys lose to some guy, and then the other guy beat the guy, but he comes in and lose to him. You know what I'm saying? It happens. That's the MMA math, and you can't look at it like, I mean, you could do it, and sometimes it may work, but sometimes it doesn't. So you gotta look at the skills and break it down and watch the fights. With Nazim, he is skilled, dude. His boxing, his hands are skilled. He has good kicks. We'll mix it up. We'll also look to take it to the ground too. It's a good matchup, bro. I like this matchup. He can get submitted though. Can get hurt on the foot. Put in bad situations. He's not as active. So I just feel like Zaim is more active. I feel Zaim is more experienced though, as far as the fighters he fought. Even though with Nazim he has some good fights, you know, here and there. He went to a draw with Makhachev, beat Islam Bonfim, but you know, the Islam Bonfim is, you know, I think this is the smaller brother, right? Yeah, this guy is mentally broke. He will break under pressure. After first round he gasses. So it's a tough one. I can see Nazim winning, but I'm gonna push more to Zaim. Nazim and Zaim, it sounds similar, huh? I'll push more to Zaim, just from a little more experience, and I see more growth from Zaim than I do from Nazim. I feel like Nazim has a striking, that's the bread and butter, and I feel like Zaim also has a striking from kickboxing background, so both of them are good with the striking. But I just feel like with Zaim, he's growing at a point where more MMA and he's mixed it up a lot more. He's not just striking only, he's looking to take you down. There's tricky things he's doing in there. That's more MMA than just straight up kickboxing, right? So I'm going to go with Zaim. I say Zaim by decision, but very, very low, because there's times where I want to switch it. And I don't know why I want to switch it. I feel like with Nazim, I feel Nazim could be a little bit more... He could have a little more dog in him, you know, but like he would just more push forward, even though he taking shots from Zaim. But I feel Nazim may have a slight little more dog, so it's like a tricky one here, guys. But I'm gonna go with decision with Zaim though. For us, Zaim on this one by decision. All right. Next fight we got Maycee Barber versus Karine Silva. Yeah, this one is an interesting one too. Barber hasn't fought in almost a year, close to almost 2. I believe that she was supposed to fight on her card, and she got cut the last minute. They didn't let her fight against Erin. It's like something like Barber not medically cleared. It's like something's going on with her, like some health issues from what I've researched. It looks like she's on some medication or something. So the medication, I'm not sure because they don't really say. But it seems that it could be anxiety, probably. A lot of times, a lot of these fighters they go through some anxiety. You know, it happens, especially when you're getting hit to the head a lot, and you know you have to cut weight and all these things, and it all depends on what you do on your outside too. You know, how you're eating plays a factor too. When you gotta cut weight and you try to cut weight out at one time, and it's just it can mess with your mental state. So look like she's on some medication or something. So she hasn't been really healthy really, but she said that she's good now. But I feel with Barber, I just feel Barber is more well-rounded, has more of a karate background. I feel like she has the experience to not get submitted, you know, by Silva. And from what I see, her boxing, her hands, her striking is better. And also, she has a dog in her, man. Like, she has a dog in her. And I feel with Silva, I feel Karine Silva is more like one-dimensional. You know what I mean? Her submission games are good. Her scrambles, if you go on the ground with her, she will reverse and scrambling you and probably pull up a submission on you. But I just feel her striking needs work, man. This is one dimension. And she gasses out after the first round, dude. And she seems like she can break. Kind of like giving up, kind of. Like not really like how she look against Araujo. You know, in the Araujo fight, look at she just was like not in it. You know, falling to the ground, just doesn't look good. And even against Barboza, I felt like Rob Barboza. I felt Barboza won that fight. I mean, that is what I feel, right? against Barber, I mean, I just feel Barber been there and done it. And I feel Barber just has the experience, and she has a freaking dog in her, dude. Like, Barber has a dog. If she comes in here healthy, which she says she's healthy, and her mind is there, you know, if she make the weight, and, you know, everything is cleared, I think she should get a win here, man. So I'm going to go with Barber. I'm going to say Barber by decision, guys. But still be careful. Again, with women fight, you don't know what to expect. Like we always say, you know, sometimes, you know, women fights will drop the ball, and some of the guys fight too. But sometimes with women fight, you go for one fighter and then the other fighter win, and that's where it's always been, you know, especially if you're underdog. And Barber struggling with some mental, but a health problem. So you just don't know how much cleared she is, or you just don't know what she's really dealing with because you didn't really say. So if it's anxiety, whatever it is, you just don't know. So take that into consideration as well, man, because you could come in here and just look like gassed out, tired, getting taken down, and get submitted. It happens, dude. Believe me on that. But I'll go Barber by decision, but not confident. Next fight, we got Terrence McKinney versus Chris Duncan. McKinney here, like we always say, man, keep it short and sweet, man. This guy's a sprinter. Submission, KO, TKO, quick starter, first round finisher. After first round, he's a boss. That's it. That's pretty much it. He fades, zero cardio, poor fight IQ. Explosive guy, very athletic, and he's skilled. Don't get me wrong. The guy is skilled, man. Skill. Go in there and get it done. So in this fight, he has a punches chance and he has a submission chance in the first round. That's pretty much it, man. Keep it short and sweet for you guys, man. Chris Duncan, on the other hand, he's well-rounded and showed a lot of improvements, especially with his striking. Coming off ATT, American Top Team, he has improved, man, especially with his striking and taking his head off center line. Because it's a guy that you could touch him up. But like Terrence McKinney is like, it's either you finish him or he finish you. So I believe Terrence McKinney is 100% finishing rate. And Terrence McKinney been knocked out like 5 times and been submitted like maybe like 3. So getting knocked out 5 times ain't a good look. Chris Duncan only been knocked out like once, right? And submitted 1 time. But Chris has improved. But this is the thing though. Chris got to make sure that he keep his chin tucked and kind of move around a little bit. Kind of, you know, make Terrence get tired, man. You don't want to go toe-to-toe with Terrence because that 1-2 on the pocket. Terrence is explosive in that first round, dude. Very explosive. And if he gets a takedown on Chris, he could submit him too. So Terrence has a submission chance and has a KO TKO chance in that first round. 100% guaranteed on that. But if Chris can weather the storm, I feel Chris should win. You know what I'm saying? Take it in a later round, second round, probably a finish. I just feel Chris is better fight IQ. I feel Chris has been improving. I just feel Terrence just does the same thing, dude. Blitz in the first round, blitz, and knock you out with quick submission. The guy is skilled, but after first round, he's done. He's totally gassed out, dude. And that is the same thing, the same pattern over and over and over and over and over again. He just doesn't end, dude. It's the same thing he does every fight. If he can finish you first, he finish you. And sometime in the first round, he can even get finished too. Sometime in the first round, he can even get finished. Goes out of the first round, he loses. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to go with Chris. I'm going to say Chris by KO TKO in the second round, guys. But zero confidence because of the fact that you're dealing with a guy in Terrence who's 100% finishing rate. He's a 100% finishing rate guy. I believe he's even with his KO TKOs and his submissions are even. That means that the guy has a chance, bro. He has a chance, dude. And his chances are freaking high. So I'm going with Chris because of IQ. And I just feel Chris has been improving. Terrence is not improving. But he's still skilled. But he just does the same thing. So Chris KO TKO in the second round. Zero confidence. Because like I said, Terrence has a freaking chance, dude. Alright? Believe that. Next fighter, Grant Dawson versus Manuel Torres. This is the next fight here too. Very similar to Torrance and Chris. Chris and Dawson, kind of similar. Terrence and Manuel, very similar. So this is the same freaking fight. So Dawson is skilled, coming to American Top Team as well. Experience, high-level wrestling, ATT, striking, has improved. It has improved, but I wouldn't say a lot. Okay, so this is a guy here that been knocked out by King Green, been knocked out twice actually, but his wrestling is good. He got good wrestling, good scrambles, and good submissions, right? But his striking fades as the fight go on, and then he gets tired as the fight go on, and sometimes even his takedowns get a little tired, where he's just shooting and kind of hugging on your leg, but then he's trying to transition because he doesn't really, drive through with the takedowns. So he can gas out, but then we look at Taurus though. Taurus is kind of like a McKinney, right? Taurus is freaking. This guy only has one by decision though. In the third one, he went to a split. That's the only fight he went to a decision, and he got a split on it, right? Which was this one right here against Enrique Gonzalez, right? But all these other fights never go out the first round, dude. He never goes out the first round. So it's either he's finished in the first or he finishes you in the first, right? So I feel that he also beat Chris Duncan. Holy crap. There you go, man. I was saying this is a similar fight. He also beat Chris Duncan, man. He rear naked choked Chris Duncan. So, like I tell you, guys like this, like Torrance, he's not 100%, but he only has one by decision. You know what I mean? But all his fights are done in the first round. This guy here has a puncher's and a submission chance. And his punch is striking, and his ground game is kind of like Torrance. It's even. This guy can catch Dawson in the first round, bro. I'm telling you that now. Probably not by a submission, because Dawson is kind of, is good on the ground. He's better than, I think he's better than Chris Duncan on the ground. But punching and power rise, Torres can land, dude. Especially that 1-2 on the pocket. He has that, bro. And if he clip Dawson will go on. Dawson striking, it has improved a little bit, but it's still suspect, dude. And he does things where his chin is up and you can hit him, you can catch him. So this fight here, man, again, Torres does not have the experience like what Dawson have. But again, we look at Chris Duncan. Chris Duncan, I feel, had the more experience, and he got submitted in the first round. So could Torrance Dawson knock out? Can Torres finish Dawson in the first round? Of course. All his fights are done in the first round, bro. This guy's never came out the first round, bro. He has never come on. It's either he finish you or you finish him, bro. So by looking at the record, you probably go, damn, then it's all first round finish. This guy never been out the first. Even when he gets finished, he's always in the first. So that means Dawson's going to have to finish him in the first then? I have Dawson by submission in the second round. I have Dawson winning, but it's very, very low, dude. It's similar fight as Torrance versus Chris, if not the same. The only thing about this fight is that Torrance never come out of the first, bro, and he always finishes his fight in the first. So this could be the first time that Dawson take him into the second and submit him, and that'll be his first loss in this second round. But man, this is a tough one to pick here, guys. I'm gonna go Dawson for the veteran, because Dawson is a veteran and he's skilled, and it's not like he hasn't seen that punching power before, and he's not training with good guys at American Top Team, because the American Top Team is a top gym. It's like good like veterans that he trains with, and good prospects. So it's not like he's not getting good training, dude. And like I said, American Top Team will tailor make the fight. Will build the game plan for you, tailor make it for you, so that you can get the win. You see what I'm saying? So which is gonna be freaking grapple is freaking grapple, dude. Grapple, go for double single legs and try to get the finish in this first round. So it could be a first submission by Dawson, possibility. But I got Dawson by second round. I think he's gonna maybe try to avoid that power from Torrance. He's gonna try to avoid the power. Same thing like what Chris is gonna do. He's gonna just avoid that power in the first and then kind of take it into the second. Where the guy is possibly gonna be the weakest. You know what I'm saying? You don't wanna go toe to toe with a guy that's known all first round finishes, even by submission, and then go grapple with him the first thing you do, or go strike with him in the center. It doesn't make any sense. These guys are 100% finisher rates, dudes. So that's why I'm looking for IQ in this fight. I don't feel Torres has the best fight IQ. I don't feel like Torrance has the best IQ either. I feel Grant and Chris had a better IQ, but like again, Chris lost to Torrance in that first round by submission. I go Dawson by submission second round, guys. But believe you me, like I said with Torrance and Chris, Dawson can get finished in that first round, bro. So these two fights here are 50-50, and they're supposed to be even. They're supposed to be even. We're going to check that after, but they're supposed to be even, bro. Because big hitters and big submission guys, Torrance and Taurus, definitely can finish any fight in the first round. Doesn't take much to land a punch in your chin and take you out, dude. Doesn't take, especially when you're known to get finished in the first. Grant has been finished in the first twice. But I got Dawson. I said Dawson submission second. Zero confidence. Next fight here, guys. I got Juan Vakovic versus Bogdan Guskov. Vakovic, your veteran experience, dude, man. This guy, they call him Polish power, dude. Power. This guy sits down and will take your head off. Not that active, though. Not active at all, dude. Against Carlos Oberg, move around a little bit there. You can see he slowed down, not the quickest guy, but, with Carlos, he uses footwork because he didn't want to, trade too much. He didn't want to stay in the pocket with him because, that with he knows with Vakovic, just take one shot. That's only one time he fought, 2025. 2024 didn't fight, one time 2023, so this guy is not active. And age and number is at 42. Age and number, though. It is what it is. Right? It is what it is. Gus, on the other hand, Gus is skill. Gus has raw power. A lot of first round finishes. Can take it in the third, can take it in the second, which is good. I like to see when guys can take fight long distance. I don't like to see a lot of times the guys just finishing Ritz first round, because then it's like, what happens if it goes in the second? Like, how is he gonna look? So guys that take fight to second and get submissions and finish the fights, it's like a good look from at least for me, is a good look, right? But with Gus, he's not as experienced as one. You know what I'm saying? And Gus can gas out, but he shows that he can go third round. He shows he can go to decision. You know what I mean? So this is a guy that can actually, does he go to decision? I may have that wrong here, guys. Hold on there. Let me read my note. It goes second and third. Oh, okay, my bad, guys. He goes second and third round and then find the finishes, but no decision. These guys are 100% finishing rate. He has no decision, but he does go in the second and third round and find the finishes, which is good to see. 100% finishes rate. I've it on my notes. Let me see here. He counter strikes, moves well. Can keep his hands low at time, but he's that kind of dude that blitzing. Kind of like an MVP, kind of like my style too. We come in and tap and touch up. We can bounce back out, keeping head of center line. But sometimes his head is there to get touched. But he does use his footwork well and pick his shots well. Blitz in and out. Gotta be careful when you do it against one, because one just need one shot, dude. And one is experienced, and also he will mix it up. He will also take it to the ground. But one is also good on the ground. I'm gonna give Gus a shot here. I'm gonna say Gus by KO, TKO. In the first round, I just feel he could be a little bit more similar to Carlos. Carlos has that vibe too, but Carlos wasn't really doing it as much. Carlos was kind of keeping his range as one touch. But Gus will go in there and take your head off, and Gus has that punching power as well. So I feel Gus is gonna go for it, dude. So I just feel Gus is gonna go for it because he always does. So I say Gus in the first round, KO, TKO, but don't sleep on Juan Vakovic, because one is a veteran, a super experienced guy. You know what I'm saying? He fight championship. I believe he was champion at one time, right? So this guy is no, he's not like a pushover, dude. Fight Magomed Ankalaev, Alex Pereira, Alexander Relic, Glover Teixeira, you know what I'm saying? Israel Asano, Dominic Reyes, Corey Anderson. So I'm going to go with Gus, though. I'm going to say Gus by KO taking the first round. I just feel Gus going to have more the time and the speed, the precision, the athleticism. He moves well in there and float let's say, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. But he just goes in there and he lets his hands go in, and he looks good doing it. He can leave his hands low at time, but he does connect though, and he does counter strike well. Right, so we're gonna see that. We got Gus KO TKO first round, guys. Next fight we got Henry Cejudo Triple C versus my boy Payton Talbott. Payton Talbott or Talbot? Payton Talbot. My bad, man. Bad there, man. Triple C, we know that, man. This guy's a veteran, skill guy. You know, way back with Dominic Cruz, Demetrius Johnson, TJ Dillashaw. You know, the old school dudes, which are still good. You know, the old school guys are still amazing. Aljamain Sterling lost against Merab, Young Song. What I see from Henry, though, I feel Henry has missed a step. Kind of similar to... very similar to Edson Barboza. Not as bad, because I feel Henry still has a timing. The speed is still there. He still delivers kick, has that more of a karate base on him, but known more for his wrestling. But he's, you know, he added to his skill set a nice karate base, in and out movement, pick a shot, kind of like a Machado kind of vibe, kind of like it's like a very similar to my style or to MVP, you know, more of a karate base on him that blitz in and out and pick his shots and move off center line and stuff like that. So he does avoid hits, but what I noticed from him though, he doesn't wrestle as much anymore, dude. He's not able to wrestle as much, and it seems that when he tries to wrestle like that, he gasses out. So I see from Henry Cejudo more of a cardio thing, more of a wear and tear over time, and not able to keep up with these young lions. And a guy like Payton is still slightly green and still needs some work, but just the output from Payton and just the size and the athleticism alone, I feel he could win this fight. You know, I just feel with Henry, he slows down now, man. You see him just looking gassed out in the second, third round, just looks like he's in pain. You know, there's certain things that just doesn't look good. It just looks slower in there. And a guy like Payton, what I've seen, you know, he showed that he can improve. He showed that he can step back in there after a loss and make improvements. Because we're all looking for Lima to take him down and grind him out. But hey, man, his takedown defense got good. His reversals got good. His hands were always there. He's gonna have the 6-inch of height and 3-inch of reach, which is 6 inch of height and 3-inch of reach. Can be hittable though. Like I said, he's still slightly green. Sometimes his head is up there with Henry. I feel Henry does possess that karate base and does look to counter. So Henry could catch him with something, but Henry not really. You know, I don't think Henry Cejudo not really knocking the body out, dude. I mean, it's all decision. Last finish was against Dominic Cruz by knees and punches in 2020, dude. Then he retired and came back in 2023. He's just all decision wins, bro. So he's not really known for that. You know, I mean, he's more known to beat you up on the ground and grind you up for a win. But what I see from Payton, though, Payton been working on his ground game. You know, it shows that I feel Payton has more room to grow, and he's growing quickly from off his last loss. Came back, you know, sprawling, just reversing, just throwing you, sweeping you, and just keeping the fight where he needs to keep it. Looking for the knockouts, but he shows that he's not just a guy that's coming in and knock you out. He shows that he can add other skills, you know, to his game, right? And then pull off the win. So I just feel like he's a guy that's you know, that he's durable and that is upscale, you know, like the room for him to grow is just massive, bro. What I see from Henry is just see a decline. You know, Henry is definitely not improving. I would even say he's the same. He missed a step. And he's not improving. So a guy like Payton can win this fight of athleticism and cardio, and just his mass. Athleticism is mass. You know what I'm saying? His durability. I mean, that's pretty much it. You know? I feel Payton is durable. I mean, if Henry go take him down, I feel Payton can sprawl in it. I feel if Henry even attempt chain wrestling, I see Henry gassing out. And you can see Payton on top. Possibly growing and pounding him. But I'm going to go Payton by decision, guys. Still, Henry's an experienced dude, man. This guy is an experienced guy, man. If you look at he's experienced. So I'm just saying this things just based off of these 3 fights I see. I'm just basing it off of that. I mean, he just looks tired in the fight. He's slowed down. Doesn't really get the takedowns as he used to. You know what I mean? I feel like he missed a step, but the guy is skilled, so there's a potential, just like one Volkovich, that they could win the fight. Don't sleep on the verdict. I was kind of looking at it like I should go for Henry, but when I watch more footage of Henry, I'm like, damn, bro, like something is off with him. Like he's not getting he's not wrestling like he used to, and when he does attempt to wrestle, he tires. And then once he's finished with it in the first round, he looks good in the first round. So there could be a chance he takes on, Payton in the first round. Strong possibility. But after that, he's gases. And then a guy like Payton has good cardio. He's very athletic, bigger frame, reach and height. You know what I mean? And he's durable. Yeah, I gotta go Payton. Payton decision, guys. All right. Next fight, we got Brandon Moreno versus Taira Tahari. This is a good one, man. This is a freaking good. A lot of even fights in this card. It should be. Brandon is freaking skilled, dude. This guy's freaking skilled. Well-rounded dude, man. He shows it. Comes into a fight, bro. This guy comes into a fight. He always puts on a fight. That's regardless, dude. He's in there to fight. Once he's in there, he's in there to fight, man. Only lost to top competitors, right? That's top competition. And he's also was a champion too, right? Against Taira, though. Taira is good. Skilled guy as well. You can't sleep on him. But I don't think he has faced the caliber fighters, of course, like what Moreno has faced. That's why he's having this fight. And I just don't feel like, you know what I'm saying, like he's been in the war like what Moreno has. I feel Moreno been in some war, dude. But took some damage here and there. But if you look at him, he moves around a lot, take his hand off center line, so he's not just eating shots. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting. The guy's a smart fight IQ, dude. And you can tell that he's not in there just getting bashed up in the face, right? You can tell that he worked on his boxing, work on his footwork. You know what I mean? My guy got family and kids. I mean, he can't be that stupid, right? I don't like to use the word stupid, but there's a lot of fighters that don't use the fight IQ. They're going there to take a lot of damage. You can tell that. The way how Moreno fights, he's slipping, he's boxing you, but he's taking his head off center line. He moves around a lot, pick his shots, look for open, look for takedown, and he knows when to do it and when not to, depending on the range and distance. That's a small fighter. You're not going to go in there and just get bashed up in the face. He does get hit from time to time, though, but that's because he's fighting top competition. I believe he fought Pantoja twice, right? He fought Pantoja twice. Kaya France, Alaska Askarov, Brandon Rover, Figueiredo, he fought 3 times. I think they robbed him on the last one here. He lost that one, but I felt he won it. Actually, he fought Figueiredo 4 times. Holy crap. This guy been in some wars, dude. So this is a fight where remember you have to be careful with these cards, because they will rob you, You gotta be very careful. So they will go judges and rob it. I just feel with Taira, he's good. He's a good prospect, a good fighter, a good kid, and he lost to Brandon Rovo by split. You know what I'm saying? That's Brandon lost to against Brandon Rovo, and Taira lost to Brandon Rovo against split. But I felt that the way how he looked against Brandon Roval didn't look good in a lot of parts in that fight. And the way how Moreno looked against Brandon Roval, I felt Moreno won the fight against Brandon Roval. I felt that Taira lost a fight, but again, I can't look at it like that, the MMA math business, because you get screwed up. I just like Moreno in this fight, man. I just feel Moreno fight, tougher competition. You know what I mean? He been in the war, he been in positions where he fight his way out of, like some serious positions that he fight his way out of, and he's back against the wall, and he has to find his way out, you know what I'm saying, and just like tough fights, man, where he looks like he's hurt in the fight, but he just keeps on going and pull off the wins. I don't feel like Taira does that. I just feel that Brandon does more have the dog in him. I feel Taira would break, man. And he did look like he was breaking against Brandon Roval. I did feel Taira was breaking in that fight, dude. I don't know what round it was, second or third, but I believe he was breaking. It just looks like he was getting punched down, knocked down, and just, and then Brandon Roval was on top to him punch. He just didn't look good against Brandon. Brandon doesn't do that. Brandon keeps his composure. Dog. I just feel Brandon got more dog. I mean, I keep it simple, dude. I'm gonna keep it simple, man. Brandon got more dog in him. I'll go Brandon by decision, and Brandon is also skilled, but it's an even fight, though. Because, like I said, I feel Taira is a very, very good fighter, bro. It's a very good fighter, bro. Pantoja versus Van. Alex Pantoja versus Joshua Van. It's a good one, but it's a strange one at the same time. Again, a lot of American top team guys on this card, and Pantoja's a freaking veteran, dude. Champion at his weight class, veteran, skill, very, very skill on the ground. This is the issue with this fight here. He has a massive advantage over Van on the ground, dude. If he takes Van back, he's gonna rear naked choke him, dude. Most likely, he's gonna rear naked choke him. This is a 5-round fight too. Van has never fought 5 rounds. So it's a championship fight, but Van getting a shot here. Van been looking good. You can't sleep on Van, but Van does not have near the experience like what Pantoja have, dude. Van has been improving though, like massively. Like, this is a guy that improves massively, bro. Like, every fight he comes in differently with a lot more skills, right? So, but he's never fought 5 rounds before. His ground game, I feel, even though he's been improving, I don't feel he's on the level of a Pantoja. That's just like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Certain techniques, man, it takes years to learn that, bro. Sometimes it can take you a lifetime to perfect it, like a master, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I just feel Pantoja's a seasoned veteran, dude. I feel Van is good. Van got power. Van got raw freaking power and could catch Pantoja, but Pantoja has never been finished, bro. Van been knocked out one time and been submitted. And what Van been submitted by, even though it's early in his fight, rear naked choke in the second round. Pantoja's nasty with the rear naked choke, bro. So Van probably, or he should be, working rear naked choke defense. At least stopping the takedowns. And if he does get taken down, work some defense for the rear naked choke, bro. That should be what he's mostly focusing on, because again, Pantoja has other submissions, but it's just once he gets your back, bro, it's gonna be a problem. Hard to pick Van, man. It's difficult to pick Van because you look at Pantoja, he's seasoned everywhere, dude. Striking ain't bad. Can get hit and wobbled and can gas out though. And Van been showing that he's been getting better. Ground though, I don't think he can mess with Pantoja on the ground. But striking wise, Van has a chance. Van has a puncher's chance. So in the first round, he could catch, Pantoja the strike. And it's always a first time for everything. Even though Pantoja never been submitted or knocked out, but it's a first time for everything, right? You always take a first time for everything. So it's not because it never happened. I don't mean it can't. I gotta go Pantoja though. I said Pantoja by submission in the second round. Most likely it's a rear naked choke, guys, in the second round. But this is a pretty good fight, and it's a huge test, bro. It's a big test for Van, bro. I mean, you're dealing with Pantoja. This guy's a seasoned veteran, bro. Van has nowhere the experience. I feel Brandon Roval was his test, and he went through that clear, and it was on short notice. So probably that's why they're like, let's give this guy let's give him a run, because since he went through Brandon Roval so quickly and it was on short notice too, it just looks it just didn't look good, it didn't look good for Brandon Roval. It looks amazing for Van, right? But he lost to Charles Johnson by uppercut. Cody Durden. The only good fight I say he has is Brandon Roval, dude, right? Bruno Silva too, yeah. Bruno Silva is skilled, dude. So he has two good skill fights. The other fights here, no. So I would say also Cody Durden is also skilled too, dude. And also this guy here, the Edgar guy, is pretty skilled. And just fighting against Charles Johnson, too, even though I lost, you know. So yeah, I mean, he has some good fights here, man. He has some good fights. And this guy Rhea was a prospect. So yeah, I mean, he has some good fights. I mean, he proved himself in a kind of way, but it's still not on the level of Pantoja. It's not on the level, dude. I mean, Pantoja have championship bouts after bouts, dude. Against some serious, tough guys, especially Brandon Moreno. Tough guys and other guys he fought. Tough. And he finishes them and submit them. And some go to decision. I got Pantoja submission second round, guys. Main fight on the card, I got Merab Dvalishvili versus Peter Yan. 2 championship fights, 125, 135. Damn, man. This fight, I watched the first fight, man, you know, and I was trying to see if, you know, maybe Peter Yan, you know, could get a win. But it just doesn't look like that, man. You know, I don't want to be biased in this fight, because if I'm biased, I'll go for Peter Yan. And I was almost going to do that, you know, but I was like, nah, man. I mean, when I look at Merab, man, this guy's a phenom, dude. And he just fought, you know, but he just has a gas tank, you know, he's well-rounded. His striking has gotten way better. His counter-strike, you know, kind of like counter-striking kind of like Henry Cejudo, kind of that karate kind of vibe. In and out blitzing. You know, he's still improving. And his wrestling is just, it's not like Cejudo wrestling, you know, at least, you know, with Merab, he just keeps going because he has a gas tank. I feel Cejudo doesn't have that gas. I know Cejudo doesn't have the gas tank. But with Merab, he has a gas tank, bro. And he keeps going, he muscles you around. He has that, the structure. He has the strength advantage too, from what I see over Yan. Yeah, and the cardio, bro. And big thing in this fight is just looks at Merab's face, dude. Look at his face, dude. Look at his nose, bro. Look at his face, dude. I mean, Peter Yan don't have the power. Peter Yan can knock people out, but he doesn't have the power to finish Merab, man. I mean, that's what I feel. He doesn't have the power to finish Merab. That is what I feel, bro. From what I see, he would have probably been the first round, because as the fight go on, Peter Yan power kind of decline. It's not really the same. So it would be the first round, especially a 5-round fight like this. You have to be in the first round where you probably can counter with a knee. Maybe Merab looks to take down. But again, Merab doesn't even have to look to take down, because in the first round with Peter Yan and Merab, you know, there's a point where Merab was outstriking Yan. He was hitting him with jabs. I think Peter Yan eye was close. You know what I'm saying? So there's part of the fight where what Yan is good at, you know, Merab was winning with the striking. You know what I'm saying? And then you just like say, yeah, I'm just going to go for takedown. But again, Peter Yan is a skilled dude. And if I was biased, I'll go for Peter Yan, dude. Which you know what I'm saying? He beat Sean O'Malley and he beat Aljamain Sterling. Right? The legal one, because of legal knee, but he did beat Sean O'Malley and he did beat Sterling, bro. The only real loss in the UFC is against Merab. That's his only real loss. And for what I see, there's a strength advantage. There's also a power advantage. I feel that Merab does kind of hit slightly little harder, but Yan does pack power and can counter strike with his boxing. And Yan will also look for takedown, but it's just the output from Merab and the strength advantage is just way too much, bro. So I have to go with the same win. I have to go with Merab for the win on that one. I said Merab by decision, bro. But you know what I'm saying, if I was biased, I'll go for Yan. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep it even, though. You know, I give Yan. I still, you know, if I wanted somebody to win, I like Merab. He's a good fighter, but I like Peter Yan, dude. You know, so I feel Peter Yan is one of the best guys in UFC as far as striking and everything. But I feel with Merab, it's cardio, and it's just Merab's output and his will to just go, and you can touch him up, and he's keep on going. You need somebody with like one hitter quitter punching power. Yan has that, but not at that level though. And you need somebody who can one hitter quitter punch. You know, there's nobody in here that, you know, that is going to do that. Yan will touch you up, and maybe get a finish. But while he's touching up Merab with punches, you know, then Merab can close the distance on him and do the same thing. So I'm gonna go the same thing by decision by Merab. All right. Quick look at the odds here, guys. See what we're working with. These crazy odds. Let's see some crazy stuff here, man. Let's see some crazy odds, man. Yeah. A lot of these fights I got even, bro. So, a lot of these fights I got even, mate. A lot of them I got even, man. So it shouldn't be nothing too wild, man. Shouldn't be anything wild, bro. Let me see here. I know that sometimes mix up the fights here, man. Okay, they already started already, man. It's already starting. Santos -295 against Naimov. Nah, man. Bruh, come on, man. Come on, man. Naimov has the experience. He's been there, seen it, and with the skill set and the matchup of this fight, I feel Santos can get a lot flat-footed in this fight. I can see Naimov possibly getting takedowns. I can see Naimov probably touching him up here and there on the foot. More mix it up against the cage, holding him there. But then this also could be a robbery because they like to give Santos wins. Because Santos lost his fight, like what I mentioned, against his last fight. Not the last fight, but he lost a fight. Clearly lost it. And they gave it to him. So this could be a robbery. So maybe Santos at 295 is good because they know that if it goes to decision, they're going to give it to him. So, but I like Naimov. But it is what it is. Play at your own risk. 1,000 Malik against Antonio. Antonio been playing poker, man. So, a lot. And winning. So hats off to the guy. He's no hater. I'm all over at the end of the day. It's great for him, man. So 1,000. It is what it is. But Malik again is 8-0, so be careful. Because Antonio is still experienced. Aslan and Iwo 215 and 200. Yeah. When you talk about mental, bro, mental is a serious thing when your mind is not in it. Body ain't gonna follow. Iwo mind is in it. And Iwo as well as his skills everywhere. Stand up and underground. That's fine for 215, bro. At least in my eyes. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but still be careful because the guy's 6-0 again from Contender Series. We see guys coming in here looking good in the regionals, coming here and then just drop the ball. So still be careful. Barboza, Jalin Turner 300 and something. Edson is still experienced, bro, but from what I've seen, he's slowed down a lot, man. A lot, bro. His punches, his boxing is just slow. And against Jalin Turner, Jalin Turner's going to be the quicker guy, sniper-like, precision. Thomas Hearn. I mean, down the pocket, dude. Edson doesn't move his head well anymore. He doesn't move his foot as much. He doesn't throw the leg kicks like he used to. And he's hittable, bro. He's hittable and doesn't move. His timing, his reaction is not there, bro. I see Jello winning, man. That's just pretty much it. So the 300 is not bad. Bruno and Marvin, excellent. I feel Marvin can drop the ball. So excellent, no problem. Zaim and Nazim. Zaim at 100 and something, it's close to even. I mean, so it's not so bad. I like Zaim for more experience, but it's still for me is even because I was looking to switch to Nazim to actually win too. Because I like Nazim as well for more dog. You know, like I feel which he's a dog, but I feel like he mentally will more push harder. He will make it more rugged, more dirty fight. You know, that is what I feel. That's why I was kind of, should I go with Nazim, you know, but Zaim more experienced, but I can see sometimes Zaim in this fight kind of tend to maybe kind of shell up a little bit. But with Nazim Sadikov, you know, he has a dog in him, man. He will like look to back you up and just work the body and just keep coming, like, you know, like you ain't gonna finish me. I'm gonna take you out, bro. You know what I mean? So Sadikov could win, guys, to be honest. So be careful with this one, man. It's an even fight, but like I said, I was going to switch to Sadikov. I was going to switch it, and I kept Zaim. So by looking at it now, I can feel that Sadikov could possibly win, man, as an underdog, bro. I still stick with Zaim, though, but I'm just giving it a heads up on that one. Silva and Barber 192, 200. Yeah, I mean, woman fight, I still be careful. But I just feel Silva just like is one-dimensional, bro. And she will shell up and just look for submissions and fall to her back. Barber has a dog in her. Barber coming here healthy. You know, the thing you gotta look at, like I said, is it's the health thing. You know, is she gonna be healthy? Will she make the weight? How is she gonna look when she's in there? You know, when you're dealing with like, you know, something's wrong with her health, and she has medication, you don't know what to expect. So be careful. Chris Duncan and Terrence McKinney. Chris Duncan at 178. This fight is even, bro. This fight is even. And for the same factor, Chris Duncan can get finished in the first round. Chris Duncan is not the quicker fighter, and McKinney is. But McKinney is only a first round guy. That's it. Literally a first round guy. Sub or KO TKO after first round, boss. That's it. Not the best IQ. I feel Chris is, but it's an even fight because McKinney could clip him and finish him, dude. Believe me on that. 100% finishing rate, believe me, come on, man. That's just common sense. I still go for Duncan, though. I feel Duncan has improved. That's only when I bring up this fight, I look for the guys that's improving also, and the IQ. Again, you can be improving though and get caught with a punch. So it still can work out in that factor, but definitely McKinney has a chance to win. So this is a totally even fight. I disagree with the odds. Grant Dawson and Taurus? Oh hell no! This one is bananas. Now when I see this now, like, you know, Taurus is live, bruh. Taurus is live. He's live, man. I tell you, Taurus is live, bro. Even though Dawson, veteran skill, he can get finished in the first round by strikes. And Taurus also has a ground game. A good ground game with submissions. Will submit you quickly too. And his striking is precise. His striking is precise. Similar to a Jalin Turner striking in that kind of way. So Dawson 200 and something, you must be crazy on that one. You're definitely crazy on that one, bro. This is an even fight. Even. I give Dawson the veteran skills, the IQ, but Taurus will smoke him in the first, just like he will smoke Chris. Believe me. Well, he didn't knock out Chris, but he submit him. Believe me on that. So the odds on here, no. Even fight, bro. Believe me on that. Believe me on that when I tell you. And then Taurus never been out the first round. Never been out the first round, but been finished in the first. So he never seen. The only time he went to a decision one time by a split. That's it. But other than that, nothing in the second. Nothing. You know, he's always in the first. So there's a chance where he could have a first round finish, or Dawson submit him in the first. But I got Dawson for the second though. First time for everything. Juan and Guskov, they got one as favorite. That's interesting. This is an even fight though, bro. I mean, come on. It's an even fight, man. I feel Juan has slowed down, doesn't move his legs, you know, quick enough off center line. You know, head don't move off center line, doesn't move his legs as he doesn't move his legs as fast enough. You know what I'm saying? Still got a punching power, but the speed is not really there. You know, Guskov is a quicker guy, sharper strikes. You know, still like a float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, move around, pick his shots, got grown game. The guy is a pretty decent striker, dude, and trained with some good guys. It's an even fight, bro. You know, look at 1-2, one's kind of fading slightly. You know, it's an even fight. Henry Cejudo and Payton. Got Payton at 300 and something. Henry is still a veteran, dude, so you can't sleep on a veteran. Against those other guys that he lost to, he looked good. Against even Merab, he went to decision. He looked good against all those other guys that he lost to. It's not like those guys were finishing him, but he just slows down in the fight, bro. He slows down, and the things that he's good at, he's not really using it. He's not using his wrestling anymore as much because he will gas out. And if that's the case, even if he trains for this fight, he trains all the cardio he wants. I feel like he's going to do the same thing because I feel like it's just a decline thing. It's just a decline thing. It happens. I feel Payton is just more athletic, more durable. You know what I'm saying? Payton also has the skills. Obviously, he's still kind of green, but he shows improvement. He shows massive improvement too. So, and the guy, durable, athletic, explosive, and a guy like Henry that's going to slow down. He can't slow down against a guy like Payton, dude, because he's gonna try to finish you. He's gonna try to finish you. If he sees you slowing down, he's gonna put it on you, bro. Either ground and pound or take you down, but I'll give it to Henry. In the case, I say Henry is durable enough to just, for Payton to get a decision. So I don't really disagree too much with the odds on this one, but still be careful. Brandon Mahora and Taira, even fight, I don't disagree. I feel Taira is a very skilled prospect, dude. Very skilled prospect. I feel Brandon Moreno has a dog in him, though. So I like Brandon Moreno. Pantoja and Van, they got Pantoja at 200 and something. I don't disagree. I feel that on the ground, Pantoja is way ahead on the ground than Van, dude. Scrambling, wrestling, submission, Pantoja is way ahead, master. So, and if you look at Pantoja, he can get the fight to the ground easily. And he gets the fight to the ground easy against guys that have ground game more than Van. But Van got a punching power, and Van been improving that consistently, kind of like a Payton, but more than Payton, though. It's like wait. It's like way more than Payton. So the guy has improved, but when it comes to that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, dude, take it from me, dude. If you're not able to can stop the takedown or stop certain positions, especially a back take and all these things, you get screwed against a guy, a technician as Pantoja that can pull that off easy. It's gonna put you to sleep, bro. So the odds ain't too. The odds are fine, bro. But Van still has a chance, though, man. Of course, punch his chance in the first. I mean, the guy is a heavy hitter. He will walk you down. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you go pressure him, he could counter you. If you go, because sometimes in the fight, Pantoja will walk you down, and he gets caught. So if Pantoja go to try to walk him down, that would be a big mistake because Van could catch him. But Pantoja never been finished, so the odds not bad on that. Merab and Peter Yan, Merab at 500 or something. Just from watching the first fight, man, I want to pick Peter Yan. I was like, man, maybe I should pick Peter Yan, man, because we see this all the time. Yan could get a win. He could come in and counter a knee. I see him working some knee techniques. I believe it was I believe it was a 1-2, and then follow with a knee or a knee 1-2. He was doing some kind of on his Instagram, some kind of combination where he's setting up with the knee, and he looked sharp. He looked precise. So he's looking probably the sniper. And it would be probably more in the first round. He probably try to snipe her. And it's possible. He could do it, but he just hasn't had a knockout in a while. You know what I'm saying? And a guy like Merab is durable, dude. Can take a hit. And look at the guy's face, dude. Look at his face, bro. Does it look like you can knock that guy out? Especially with the output he's putting on you. He wouldn't even. He doesn't even give you a break, dude. He doesn't even give you a break to set up something. That's why it would have to be a sniper, like a bullet, like an Anderson Silva kind of vibe, or the bullet, bullet Magomedov, right? The guy with the one eye, yeah, he's sniper like too. But I just see that there's like a strength advantage. There's like, if you look at Merab, his durability, just everything, bro. He's just his output. I know his striking is getting way better. He can even hang with Peter Yan and striking. I mean, I wouldn't advise him to just do that, but he was doing it in the first fight. So the odds doesn't look bad, man. So like I said, I want Peter Yan to win, man, but it's hard to pick him because watching the first fight just tells it all, man. Into the fourth and fifth, he was getting just tossed around, dude. He was getting easily managed. It's like a strength advantage, bro. At times it just didn't look fair, But it is what it is, though, man. That's it right there, guys. All over to everybody. Again, hit me up with those thumbs up, guys. Help the algorithm out a little bit. Try to get me to like. I said 25 to 50, right? And I'm gonna try to drop that video tonight. If it's possible, I'm gonna try to do it, though, man. I don't know if I'm able to get to it. The one with my when I talked about I trained MMA back in the days at American Top Team, and I got pretty much knocked out by a body shot. Pretty much broke my rib, man. And it was by a UFC fighter. Like I said, I'm not going to mention a UFC fighter because I have no ego. It's all over the end of the day. I just want to share this video also for a lesson to teach other people about being egotistical and just kind of being a bully in a way, but you're not really noticing that you're being a bully. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things in that video that can help with a lot of people. you know, and it just shows my journey and what I've been through. And I mean, yeah, I know I make prediction videos, but you know, there's a whole lot to me, man, that a lot of people just don't know about. So, like I said, I was there. Like I said, if the person that I am now, if I wasn't just drinking and partying and chasing women, most definitely I'd be in UFC easily, because I had the skills. I just had an ego, and I never really take instructions, you know, and want to do certain things, because a lot of these guys that are in the UFC, especially, you know, the veteran guys, obviously they're playing a game and they know how to play. So there's a guide to play the game. And if you're trying to go in there with only, you know, just say, you know, with some karate only or in kickboxing only, and then go in there and try to fight, you know, if you don't have the wrestling and the ground aspect to it, you can get jacked up. You can get taken down and submitted easily. Like we see with a bunch of these guys, or some of the guys who don't have a mixed game, you know, you can be one-dimensional. So even though, you know, I wasn't too much one-dimensional, but there's things that I just never... I just had a big ego, man, you know what I mean? I thought that I could just do it with what I have, you know, there's some head kicks and punches. But, you know, when you're dealing with experienced people, man, you know, sometimes you got to pay attention and take advice from other people that's been doing it, you know? So that was my big problem. So that's the story. It's not about, I'm not making the story to put the UFC fighter down. I'm actually making the story to show you how much of an ego I had. And I was up on my high horse. You know, I'm actually giving the UFC fighter, you know, credit, because he taught me a lesson. You see what I'm saying? If it wasn't, that lesson helped me out, you know, going forward in life. You know what I'm saying, on my journey right now. That particular just getting... So sometimes it's good to get your ass kicked. And that's what happened with a lot of these people out here, especially those keyboard warriors. Sometimes it's good to get your ass kicked. You know, you get that first ass whooping, changes everything, man. You know, because the first time I really got my ass whooped. I mean, I had a lot of fights, a lot of competition in my life. I mean, when I grew up, I was, you know, I could always land my kicks like quickly on guys' heads. Even a lot of street fights, I had a lot of backyard school fights. Like in the back of the school, we would like have we would have tournaments in the back of the school. I would just be back there fighting. You know what I mean? I used to like punch the beer knuckle, like shoes on, and kick each other in the head. You know, a lot of people will get hurt, but you know what I'm saying? It just shows that you have that ego, and you know, you have the tools, and you just like get carried away with it. Then you start drinking alcohol and partying and popping pills and all these things. You kind of lose yourself, you know. And sometimes you just need to be humbled. You need to, you know, you know, I'm not saying that it's good to get knocked down or hurt, but sometimes it will help you forward in life. You know, so it changes you. You know, well, not for everybody. Some people sometimes don't change, but I'm a person that I welcome change, and that right there was a crossroad. You know what I'm saying? So that right there was definitely a hit to kill, though, for sure. That was one of the hardest hits I ever took. That's one of the hardest hits that hit me flush in my entire life, bro. That was meant to knock me out, and it did. But it was to the body, and it broke my rib. Even up to this day, right now. Even up to this day, like, you know, there's times like if I have my girl walk on my back, you know, when my rib press onto the mat, you know, I could feel it. It can get sore. So it's just body shot and these things. Sometimes, especially broken rib, it depends on the weather too. Sometimes will ache up from time to time. You know what I'm saying? But then getting hit to the head though, that right there's a creeper. That called CTE. That will catch you up later on, man. Especially when you're in wars and getting banged up in the head. Bro, trust me on that, man. Fight game ain't what it's meant to be, man. I mean, I like sparring and touching hands, and you know, but I'm pretty much humble, bro. I have no ego. I don't have nothing to prove, because I know the dangers in getting clapped to the head consistently and getting body shot, whatever. It's mostly to the head, bro. Body, whatever, man. The head, you don't want to get hit in the head, bro. That changed your life, man. And sometimes you think that I just got hit 1 or 2 times or so. It doesn't matter. Just accumulation of hits to the head can cause a lot of mental issues, bro. And it's like a long stretch of mental issues. It could be from depression, anxiety, fears. It could make you more like, you know, like enraged, like more of an angrier person. You can get suicidal. You can get your mind lost, your mind slip, like you don't remember nothing. This is which is CTE. Your words start to slur. Go on YouTube and watch fights of guys who have slurring from before they start fighting till now. You can tell the slurring. You know what I'm saying? It happens, mate. Like it's like they can't pronounce the word no more. You know what I mean? And that will happen from over time getting hit in the head, bro. It's just common sense. Your brain is like the brain is like the computer, bro. So if you keep getting banged up in the head consistently, you're getting banged in the head, banged in the head. You know, you saying boy, you're gonna end up saying boy. I'm to train at the gym, boy. Submission, you know what I mean? It's like, what? You can't pronounce the words anymore. These are facts. I know some people on my channel who are commenting like, oh, stop spreading propaganda. Bruh, boxing and all, I've been doing this sport, competing, not at the highest level. Now, when I say the highest level, not like, say, like a George St. Pierre, like making millions of dollars. I mean, nothing like that. I'm just saying, I've sparred and competed against good guys, like top pro guys. And I know what it is, bro. I know what it is, man. And it's not, sometimes it's not, you know, George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva, and these guys, you know, when you're on top like that, it's different. You know, you get the endorsements, Conor McGregor, you know what I mean? That's different. But the guys that are trying to make it and at the bottom, those guys take a lot of freaking damage. And even the guys that make it on top, they take a lot of damage just to get there. Alright guys, so that's all I want to say. I want to drag the video on any longer. But look forward to that video I'm gonna drop that soon. Probably gonna try to do it tonight. I'll see what's up. But one love out to everybody. I appreciate the subscriptions. Subscriptions are great. I see them coming in, I see them rolling in. But hit me up with the 25, 50 likes there, man. Get this, you know, video to people. You can also share it. You know what I mean? But one love out to everybody. Let's see what happened on this card, man. This card, to be honest with you, pay-per-view. Pay-per-view cards are, I always say, very interesting. There could be guys falling off at the last minute. It could be some serious robberies, which is like, that's like a definitely robbery. Like 100% the guy lost a fight. Pay-per-view cards will do that. And especially guys falling off the cards at the last minute. 14, end up with 11. Can happen, man. So look out for that. One love out to everybody. You guys keep on kicking. And...